Hello and welcome back to the My Menagerie channel, and today I'll be reviewing the brand new Skullector Scarah Screams doll for the Fang Club release. Apologies for not being consistent with videos. I've been going through a lot, but I have a lot of dolls to unbox, and expect more videos soon. But let's read the text on the back of the box here. Scarah Screams doll, the moon shines bright on this misty Imbolc night as I float down through the woods like a will-o-wisp. The shroud is sheer as the veil that separates the living from the dead. Such an occasion warrants a hauntingly beautiful dress, and so is mine, soft as moss, swirls with Celtic knots. Imbolc has always been my favorite festival, a time to reflect on winter and welcomes emerald spring with all the might of a banshee whale. And tonight, back in Ireland, I'll let my voice ring as loud as I want. See, as I come from a family of storytellers, and one of our Imbolc traditions is to stay up until the wee hours and spin stories of ghosts and fae folk. For my turn, I am bursting at the screams to share all the fun and frights that we had this past scaremester at Monster High. I do love when they give us a lot of extra lore or context to a character. I don't believe they have been doing that with the other Fang Club doll releases, so this one's kind of interesting, and I do love the box. We get some photos of her stock pictures in the back done creatively. I love how the box has these lip shapes and they are all textured. Nothing on the box is perfectly flat, but let us get into it and open her up and see what she comes with. And I got two of her so I can unbox this one. Here she is inside the sleeve, and she has this really minimalist forest look going on. It looks like it was done in Procreate or Illustrator. It's very simple, but it's really cute and it matches the doll itself. Here she is out of the packaging completely, and we'll do a close-up on her face. Her eyes are really interesting because I think these are the most detailed Scarah eyes that we've gotten so far, as they have gradient shading in them. But it's also done in a way that she kind of might have an iris to her eye, which is the whitest part. And the darker gray parts of the eye are kind of defining that round shape of the iris. She's also got really full lips, which is really nice. And her earrings are of a banshee's scream. There's so much detail in this doll that's related to banshees, and it's absolutely amazing and really well done. Next is the outfit. She has a choker, which is fabric, and a embroidered kind of motif on the main part of the outfit. I don't know what style this is exactly, but it is kind of a onesie, not a onesie, but I quickly tried googling it, and I don't want to call it a tube top, but it is just a one piece outfit with sleeves on it. The most interesting part for me actually are these shoes. We see that they can come off the ghostly airy part of it, and it can turn from heels into a flat foot shoe. And I do love the detailing on the shoes itself. You can see that it is made of screams of people, or of heads, as long as these swooshy air parts to make it look like she's walking on air. And then the head of the shoe being a crest with a banshee's face on it. It's really nice. I think they put a lot of effort into these shoes, and it is well done. And then the second most important part of the outfit, which is the veil, and it is really big, it is really voluminous, and it's really pretty. And there's so much detail onto this veil with the branches and the doily texture on the edges of it. There's even little animals with birds and other rodents on these branches. And I'm going to take it off of her and like fully spread it out later in the video. But it's all being held by this headband or tiara looking thing with the same banshee crest that is on these shoes. The mouth of it kind of looks like a keyhole. I don't think it is or is supposed to be, but that's just what it looks like to me. But let's take this outfit off and see every piece individually. I ended up changing the stand for her because I really hated that saddle stand, and this one holds it more securely. And one other interesting thing that I saw is that Scarah has her own head mold. I thought this was Frankie's head mold with just different paint on it, but I didn't know that she had like pointy ears. So that's a really cool and interesting detail that I've never noticed before. The hair is a little messy, and I will have to like do that on my own time, but yeah. Here is the veil completely undone, and it kind of looks like a butterfly when it's spread out completely. And as you can see, here are all the little details and all the little branches fully spread out. It's really cool getting to see how they had to like go about designing the veil to get everything to look how it's supposed to in place. And when you're just like designing on this weird like butterfly shape, it's hard for like me specifically to like imagine that in like 3D and in depth. For some reason, I thought these sleeves would be like a separate piece. There would be like a small top underneath separating the two. For some reason, I didn't think that it would be sewn on to the top. And here are some like green tights. I haven't seen this color before. Usually it's just black, or I believe I've seen red before, and blue with like Ever After High. Maybe pink for like Jackie Laura. But here are these shoes without the ghostly wisp part on it, and they are just like regular flats. They're not heels. You can't like support the doll like that, how like a normal Barbie would. But it doesn't really matter in the stand because it's being held by a stand. And they don't really like fully fit onto the shoe. I think that's because it needs the leggings on it too, just to give it the full shape. But they just kept like popping off for me at random times. And it also helped that the rubber band was probably on there too. But yeah, 10 out of 10 shoe design. Excellent job, Annalise. Moving on to the headband. I thought it might be like a tiara too. It's kind of simple, just like this weird like bubbly box shape that goes down, and then the crest on the top. There's actually little rubber band slots on the veil for the headband to go through, so it's not like moving around and shifting all over the place. And then here is a close-up of her earring. Yeah, the hair is a mess. Here she is back in her look. I'm really happy that I was able to get 2 of this doll, one to keep in the box and one to unbox, because I've never had a Scarah doll before. And she looks absolutely amazing, and I recommend everyone purchasing her if they had the chance to. I know the video's a little late, but yeah, I hope everyone who wanted her got her. There were a few restocks after that initial release, so hopefully everyone who wanted her got her. And the last thing that she came with is a certificate of authenticity. This certifies that your Monster High Scarah Screams doll materialized through the collaborative efforts of designers at Mattel, and it was designed by Annalise Lau, who has been doing a really good job on dolls.